Morning, everyone. In today's class, I will wind up chapter number 3. I'll finish chapter number 3 and then I will start today chapter number 4. As I promised, I will do one more question that will be the last output question, board base, and then I will go to the next chapter. For that, I'm sharing a screen for you. Screen is shared. Now I'm starting Python. Python ideally. Then just wait, Python is starting. Python is started here. Go to the script mode and then we'll start writing. The right question here, it is board-based question. CBSE sample paper 2019-20. CBSE sample paper 2019-20. Now see here, I am writing now. Question is find and write the output of the following Python code. Find and write the output of the following Python code. Def change p comma q equals to 30 colon p is equals to p plus q is equals to p minus q. Print p comma and then hash is there and q. In next line return p. Return. Then after that they have used here r is equals to 150. Then s is equals to 100. Then they are calling r is equals to change. And then they are writing r comma s. After that print r comma hash s. Then next line s is equals to change and they're writing s. So you have to find the output of this program. Note down the question. Def change p comma q is equals to 30. P is equals to P plus Q, Q is equals to P minus Q, print P, hash Q, return P, R is equals to 150, S is equals to 100, R is equals to change, R comma S, print R, hash S, and S is equals to changes. So first R 150S. So here value passed for Q is, P and Q is, so P is equals to now, first value is passed to first, that is 150, and R is equals to, that is S is Q. Q is equals to, Q is equals to the value of S, that 100. The default value is changed now. Why? Because the reason is very simple. As values pass for it, so both positional values now. Q is equals to P. What is P at present? 150 minus Q, 100 is equals to 50. So now they are going to print P. So answer you will get here as print P. P is 100. P is equals to P plus Q. Oh, I have left one line. First line is P is equals to P plus Q. That is P is 150 plus 100 equals to 250. Q is equals to P minus Q. P is at present 250 and Q is 100, so that 150. The first result P is 250 and then hash, and Q is 150. Now we are returning P is 250 is returned to R. S is same as 100 because S value is not returned, or neither it is a global variable. Okay. S is used for Q. So that S, as I told you, is just passed as parameter positional argument. Now the value is in R. R is now past value, that is P 250. And then again hash is given. S is 100. Then the next line, they have again called change S. What was the last value of S? Second time calculation I am doing. Please pay attention. I am doing here 100 and Q this time not passed. First value is passed to first, second is passed to only first value is passed S. S is passed to P, so that P is equals to 100. The last value of S was 100 only. Q is equals to 30, so that P is equals to P plus Q is equals to 100 plus 30 equals to 130. And here 130 minus Q is 30. 100 plus 30, then Q is 30. So result is 100. So P is displayed as 130 hash, Q is displayed as 100. If some mistake is there, I will surely check. P is passed as in book. Maybe the answer is not 100% perfect. We'll run and check. Now I will run the program and check. Whatever I have written, error, triple quotes, run. So whatever the output I am giving you is 100% accurate. You can check the new book page number 145. The answer is wrong. 150, 100, R passed, R is after that S is passed. 100%. My answer is correct and the book answer is not correct at all. Please go through my answer. This is the board-based question. Even in the book, they have given this example and the result they have given wrong. My answer here, which I have calculated and then displaying, is 100% correct, accurate. So just write this answer. See the calculated, my calculated result and here the output result, both are same. Now we will go to the next part of, as I told you, today I will start chapter number 4. Chapter number 3 is completed. So chapter number 4 now I am teaching. And the chapter name is using Python libraries. Using Python libraries. So write definitions now. Meantime, I will close this. This program, if noted, good. Otherwise, video is upload. I will upload the video and you can check. Now, using Python libraries, chapter number 4. I'm just not deleting. And I'll start a new program. So here I'm writing, giving you the first definition, library. A library refers to a collection of modules. A library refers to collection of modules that together cater to a specific type of needs or applications. Now remember what is the use of library. I will explain in my own words. Like languages like Python and other C, C++, Java, whatever language you use, they use libraries. Now I'll ask you, do you have all the books of the world with you? Your answer will be no. You may have some books, but not all the books. So if you want to learn books, you want to read books, you want to take books, even you are not going to purchase all the books. So what you will do, you will go to the library just to read or for reference purpose. Understood what I'm telling you? So that is why in programming languages, all the languages I'm talking C, C++, Java, Python, etc. They have not all the functions, all the modules, all the packages with them. Rather, these functions, these modules are stored in different libraries. In different libraries. Libraries can be defined as collection of modules, collection of files, collection of different functions. Okay, normally in a module we define number of functions, and then this collection of modules and packages is considered as a library. Understood the meaning? Why we use? Because it's not possible to define all the functions and all the modules etc. within the core program. So what they do, they use libraries. When you have to use the library, I have already explained, you have to use the keyword import to import libraries and their modules or functions. Okay. So here I have given, if you want to write, it's a collection of modules and packages. Packages word also you can use. Now you write, also you can write a library can have multiple modules in it. These are the points I'm giving you. Now you write some commonly used Python libraries. Some commonly used Python libraries. Number 1, Python standard library. This library is distributed with Python that contains modules for various types of functionalities. Python standard library में we are writing first Python standard library. Some point I have given some commonly used Python libraries. Now, why I am using some? Because whatever the part of the syllabus, I will teach that only. So this library, Python standard library, first point is Python standard library. This library is distributed. First, you have to write some theoretical part, then I'll start the programming. This library is distributed with Python that contains modules for various types of functionalities. Some commonly used modules of Python standard library are इसके subparts. Number one, math module. Number one, math module. It provides mathematical function, provides mathematical functions to support different types of calculations. C math module, which provides mathematical functions for complex numbers. Next, random module, which provides functions for generating pseudo-random numbers. PSEUDO, pseudo-random numbers. For generation of random numbers also you can say we use random module. Next is statistics module. It provides mathematical statistics functions. Next is your urlib module. It provides URL handling functions. Provides URL handling functions so that we can access websites from within your program. Next is your numpy library. Point number 2. Till urlib was the part of Python standard library. Now the point number 2 is numpy library. Python standard library के modules have already explained. Math module, C math module, random module, statistics module, and urlib module. Now second point of library is, the second type of library is numpy library. This library provides some advanced math functionalities along with tools to create and manipulate numeric arrays. This library provides some advanced math functionalities along with tools to create and manipulate numeric arrays. SCIPY library. It is another useful library that offers algorithmic and mathematical tools for scientific calculations. Third one, science के लिए SCIPY Python. Okay, SCIPY. This is another useful library that offers algorithmic and mathematical tools for scientific calculations. In book also all these definitions are given. You can note down. Next is your tkinter library. tkinter KINTER library. It provides traditional Python user interface. It provides traditional Python user interface toolkit. Python user interface toolkit and helps us create user-friendly GUI interface. Create user-friendly GUI interface. GUI means graphical user interface, GUI. The next fifth one is matplotlib. 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 It offers many functions and tools. It offers many functions and tools to produce quality output and to draw plots, charts, graphs, etc. Now the next point here is in Python normally module is a collection of data items, or you can say module is a collection of functions or a function. But in Python, what is a module? You please write it. Module definition. When we actually divide a large program into a smaller function, it is considered as a module. The act of partitioning a large program into different components, into different individual components is known as modules. A module is a separate unit in itself. Now you write one more point here. Then we will go to the structure of Python module. This theory part you have to learn well, and then I will explain you. First I will explain theory, and then I will teach you how to make module and how to make libraries in Python, your own libraries, user-defined libraries. Built-in libraries already there. You have to just use import statement to import those libraries. And when you are importing libraries, obviously their modules are also imported to your current program so that you can use it and run that. So, for example, you are importing math, so all the mathematical functions are coming through math library. Understood? So, I'll explain now how to create modules and all. So first of all, you have to write definition. One more point here for modules. A Python module, just note it down. A Python module is a Python file with extension .py. Extension .py. .py I'm purposely saying so that a file has two parts, primary part and the extension part. Primary is the name part, and that's next is the extension part. So for example, you are just saving it ab.py. ab.py is considered as a module. This I will explain you by programming also. A Python module is a Python file that is having extension .py, and it containing ऐसे लिख लो, containing variables, class, definition, statements, functions, etc. तो बहुत सारी चीजें we can define in it, lot of things. Like normally we define functions, we define variable, we define string, we can define literals, we can define string, we can define arrays, we can define tuple, whatever you want, you define class, whatever in a module, but that has to be saved with extension py. Okay, now you write next point here. Structure of a Python module. A Python module can contain much more than just function. A Python module is a normal Python file .py with .py extension containing one or more of the following objects, containing one or more of the following objects related to a particular task. I will give you example, very simple example. Don't worry. Point number one is here, particular task. Now write point number one, structure of a Python module, point one. Doc string. You can give documentation. We are saying it doc string. doc string. It is triple quoted comments. It is triple quoted comments used for documentation. Like normally program also you give comments or documentation. Here in module also you can give documentation. Triple quoted comments, that is used for documentation. Second point, variables and constant. We can define number of variables and constant in it. Next, classes. This I will teach you later if it is a part of syllabus. A module can have class also. This I will teach you later if it is a part of your syllabus. Otherwise, I will not teach. Templates or blueprints. Templates or blueprints to create objects of a certain type. Templates or blueprints to create object of certain type. Objects. Next point is object. Object instances of classes. Instances of classes. Object is an identifiable entity. Object is an identifiable entity which has some characteristics and behavior. Which has some characteristics and behavior. Object, you can identify it and it has some associated characteristics and behavior. This all part I'll teach you when I'll teach you class. Class and object are two terms which I'll teach you later on. If it is a part of syllabus also, then only, otherwise no. Next is statements. These are the instructions, such as you give A is equals to 10, C is equals to A plus B, simple instruction. These are the instructions given within a module. Function, the name group unit of instructions. Like you give the name sum, a fun. So these are the function name. The function name is basically the here they want to explain function, that is the named group unit, and it has number of instructions. Named group of instructions also you can write. Okay, this much theoretical I have done today. I think enough theories today. Normally I teach less theory, but of course where the theory part is there, that I will also teach. Now, nothing great in defining a function or module, you can say. I will just write def, and I will write sum, and then I will write a comma b, and then I will write it here, return a plus. Nothing new. That function I am defining. Then I am defining another function, def sub. And then again I am writing a comma b, variable name if you want to change your wish. Return a minus b. Def, this way you can define number of variable, product a comma b. And then you write return a into b. One more function for you I'm taking, def si. Then you take here ABC, you can take, no problem. Meaning is same. PRT, if you want to take, you take PRT. It's the variable name only. And then you write it here. Return P into R into T divided by 100. So I have defined here 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not necessary that when you are defining a module, all the functions should return value. Not necessary. Okay. I have just defined here a function def sum a comma b, and then I'm returning here return a plus b, def sub a comma b, def prod a comma b, and def assign. There's one statement I've given. It may have number of statements. So suppose I have defined a program of prime numbers as a function, or I have defined a program of calculating this one factorial and all that. So obviously, or I'll define Fibonacci numbers or different types of tables or whatever you want to define, or calculating some salary reports, etc., or calculating the discounts, profit and loss statements. So obviously that requires a lot of statement. But I'm teaching you simple. Okay. So these functions are defined. Now the main point here is, which you remember, after defining all this function, you must save this file. I have saved. Save. Or I define the save as, and I will give the name as sir. Okay. Save. Clear? And now I'll try to run this. I will not get any result because I have not made or written main function. Now, what I'm teaching you here, if you are defining number of functions, that is now saved with Python. So my motive is to define a module or to define a library, and I should be able to store, call it this function, that is sir here. And then when I write print sum of numbers, two numbers. So it should display like we write math dot, here I write sir dot sum 4,5. It should come there. But of course, just now it will not come. It will show error. Just see. Oh, that's come. Now why it has come? That I will also explain to you. Why I have simple module. Okay, next I will actually library I will teach you later on. So you just delete this part that I have used the word. It will not run. The simple reason is because it is stored in the same folder. It is stored in the same. So now Python gives you a facility. Now it's a simple. Otherwise, the next procedure which I was going to teach you in the next class, that you have to learn the steps where you have to go and store your library file. When you are making only a module, that is, again I repeat, last point. Now the discussion will not over otherwise. Last point I am explaining. Simple I am making. Suppose you are making a file, simple file, def, and you write a1 also, no problem. And save this file. Okay. And then you write here print welcome. Welcome. I'm not taking a long example because that is stored in your current path of the Python where all the programs are stored. So I will save as, suppose I'll give the name as sir already there, the sir Raza. So this is a Python file because this Python file, so it will take extension and it is stored in the Python 3832 here only. Okay, is it clear? Save. Okay. Now, what I told you, the modules in Python definition part I have already given, and this one practical example is also running here. But later I will teach you how, which actually I wanted to explain, where you have to take it to the library, site packages, etc. That I will teach you in the next class. But just for time being, if it is saved, so you just close your file. There should not be any error in the function. So agar aap chaho, to you can check the function by calling it main, run it. Run it. You see the result will come as welcome. Okay, no problem. So what next I will do? I will just delete a1 from here. And again, I will save this file so that no main is there. In a module, main should not be there. These are the points. Please remember. Next class, I will repeat it again. Now, once it is saved, just close it. Next time when you come and you start Python, so no need of writing that program. You start Python and your module is already ready. So you write file, new file, and simply you use the statement import, and then you write sir r, and then you write here, what was the function name? Sir r dot a1, I think. If it is there, then only it will run. Otherwise, it will not run. And I will run this code. Okay. Give some name. Yes, no problem. Oh, sir, R is not there. That means file I have to check. Recent files. Sir Raza is there. Sir Raza. I will write it as sir. And this, what is the name of file? File. Recent files. SIR. Oh, SRI. SRIRRAZA. This was the name. SRI. Name should be correct. That you are learning now. Okay. Welcome message you have got. I will keep my class till this point only. We'll meet in the next class and I will explain you more and I will teach you how to create your own library. Just now we have learned how to create your module. Your module is stored in the current path so that there's no need of setting any path etc. Just you write, save it by the py extension and import your module. Next class, I will teach you more on this. Meantime, you go through the theoretical parts and then we'll do the practical parts in the next class. Take care of yourself. We'll meet in the next class. Bye, bye, bye.